Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholoimullah, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water toward the H.I.M and Akwa that's out here sincerely, keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Shah Khanan Awa. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that is edifying by the Spirit. Had a couple of articles, but just basically wanted to get off into gifts of the Spirit, so so to speak, temperance and patience, and things that are really going to make a difference, and really going to count in these last days, because you don't want to lose it out here, man. You don't want to lose it like how these carnal damn Edomites and Jake too, man. When people are carnal, coming into this truth, man, it really shows you like not having these scriptures, man, and it really shows you how brute of a beast people can really be, and how we used to act, or at least I used to act before I came into this truth and this breath of life, which is this word. These scriptures was breathed into me, and as we learn, from the apostles, elders, the bishops on down, we're still in the learning process, but as you learn, you start to see things from a whole different aspect, man. But this right here says, man freaks out on Southwest flight over crying baby. Meltdown caught on video. So let's get a little bit of this. And this is for educational purposes only. There is some, some, I would say, rough speech, so to speak. We call it rough speech. And we're not offended by it. You know what I'm saying? We just understand that this is a part of the English language, that and all these words that these people be using that they call curse words or whatever the hell, those words are in the American dictionary. They actually all have meanings. You see what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people, when they see us, we do videos, they like, you cursing, and but they don't understand that a curse is actually wishing ill will or praying ill will upon someone. That's what a curse is. That's, a curse is something like, I hope your ass get hit by a bus, on your way to work or something, because these words, like I said, these, what they call them, profanity, because profane, even when you look up the word profane, that's another lesson too. It doesn't mean what the average person thinks that it means when it comes to words, but we do call this rough speech though, because the apostles use rough speech, But anyway, let's get some of this. Probably going to play a commercial too, so Salakia.
Are you interested in becoming a nurse? Whether you want to be an LPN or an RN,
Salakia for that, man.
Stratton College has two different
long ass advertisement too. They reel when they go 30 seconds on you. Like it's just a real TV commercial.
Campuses are conveniently located in Hampton and Virginia Beach.
Come on, man.
Get in, get out.
Yeah, Salakia for that though. But yeah, this guy, he going in though, man. He just completely freaks out and loses it. And this is what happens basically. And I can understand it. Because even in this truth, knowing these scriptures, things still can get a little, we just have to catch ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and use the scriptures.
They put cuffs on that kid. I'm good. The kid is the same. The kid made yes. You are motherfucking right because nobody was on the news talking to somebody in court. That's fine. I was okay. The baby gonna be talking. You'll have somebody to talk to. Good. Good. No good, no fucking problem. I know an attorney just like you, motherfucker. I got rights. Now we work it the fuck out. We had to go through all of that. It's worked out now.
He's refusing to get off the plane. So now we're all getting deplaned.
Yeah, man. I didn't have to say anything. You wouldn't sit on that motherfucking flight with a kid crying for 45 minutes. It was a every bullshit.
He tried to plead his case that he had a right to yell because there was two adults with a crying baby, and he shouldn't have been disturbed.
Hey, well, there you have it, man. Jake going in. He's sitting there with what appears to be his Edomite wife. You know what I'm saying? And Jake just losing it, man, over a baby crying. But who's acting like a damn baby? His big ass acting like a baby. At least the baby is crying because it's a baby. But goddamn, what's your excuse? You see what I'm saying? But Jake don't have no type of, let me put this in. Let's see here. And people, you know, really don't have no control no more, man. You know, people used to be a lot more in control of their emotions, man. But that shit is that's out the window these days. Let's get this. Let's see what this Titus 1 and 8 here. See if this is what we want here. Salakia, let me just. Oh, it's going off into the bishops. It says, for a bishop must be blameless and a steward, as the steward of Yahweh, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine. I mean, but this is going into a bishop, but this is for the average person as well. I mean, when it comes to certain standards, man. It says, no striker, not given to filthy lucre, but a lover of hospitality and a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate, holding fast to faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. See that? For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. But you know, the point that I wanted to make is just using, you know, that temperance, man. Let's go into that word, actually. Let's see what it says on that word. Let's go into it. I want to say self-discipline, so to speak. You know, you got to have some type of discretion. Here you go, you on the fucking plane screaming. Everybody got to be deplaned now. You done held up the flight and everybody is just sitting there, you know. They got to get off the plane, reboard the plane without your ass. And your wife sitting there looking stupid as hell. She don't have no, she can't say to him, you know, you can already tell he flies off the handle probably most of the time and shit, because she wasn't even saying nothing. Like, baby, calm down, please, something. Shh, you know, something, you know, he probably whooping her ass or something. Okay, it says strong, robust, having power over, possessed of a thing, mastering, controlling, curbing, restraining, controlling oneself. See that? Temperate. Continent. And you can clearly see this guy has absolutely no control. Now, like I said, you know, nobody wants to hear a baby cry for 40 minutes to an hour. And that's the reason why a lot of people get in trouble with killing their children, killing babies, man. You know, they fucking lose it. They don't know what to do. Especially, like I said, if you don't have the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai over your life, man, with these scriptures, his truth, and it, you know, that's why it's so important to read every day, to constantly stay in the spirit as best you possibly can. Because if you're not, you could be, you know, other than that, you're just a brute beast. You have no control. You're capable of anything. Had this been out in the streets with no other authority around, ain't no telling what this man would have done. But just imagine parents that have children that are just constantly crying. They don't know why the baby crying. The baby could have an internal pain or something like that going on. They can't speak for themselves. You know, all they doing is crying to kind of let you know that something is wrong. And you got to try and pinpoint it as a parent. But shit, this dude like, fuck that. I'm on this flight. I should be able to be on here in private. And to me personally, I think maybe some of these places do. Airlines, you know, where they can just get on a flight and there are no children. You know, some people need that. Or first class where there are no children. You know, so to speak. Some people just need that. They can't handle, man. You know. But this is the world that we're living in. But let's go. Let me get another story out of this. I seen this right here earlier, which is crazy as hell too. Jake, again, 6-year-old, 2 adults, shot after basketball rolls in North Carolina neighbor's yard. Now, what kind of motherfucker you gotta be, man, to be you a complete damn demon when you'll shoot at a baby? You know, cause the basketball roll in your yard, you're supposed to be out here. Here's the ball. You know, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. It's not, I mean, this shit is outrageous. Now, he's on the run. You know how stupid that is, man? That's just like, you know, like the other day, it was about a week or so ago, here where I stay. I done an actual lesson on it. Two Jakes having two neighbors having a shootout with each other because one neighbor got some food that the other neighbor had ordered. And they actually shooting back and forth between each other. The one man, he shot 2 14-year-olds, a woman and a man. Now, his ass is up on all kinds of charges, man. All over some food. No temperance, man. You know, so use temperance, man. Because this right here is just retarded as hell. But this just lets you know the type of atmosphere that we're in and that we're living in the last days. It says 2 adults and 1 child was shot in Gastonia, North Carolina, after a basketball rolled into a man's yard, and he allegedly opened fire on them. The suspect, Robert Louis Singletary, was still at large as of Wednesday. They're going to catch his ass. The incident unfolded around 7:44 p.m. on Tuesday when Gaston police received a call about a man firing a gun outside homes in his neighborhood. He's 24 years old, man. That's stupid as hell. But hey, you know, these America produces grown ass babies, man. It says an adult male and his child was seriously wounded during the shooting spree and taken to Charlotte Hospital. One adult woman was grazed by a bullet, and another man was shot but not injured. I don't know how what that means. So another man was shot but not injured. How you shot and you not injured? I don't know, maybe some fucked up wording. Detectives secured a warrant for Singletary on 4 counts of attempted first-degree murder, 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury, and 1 count of possession of a firearm by a felon. The police department is offering $1,000 reward. That show you the life, what your life is worth. $1,000 reward. But they know Jake is thirsty, man. Jake will turn a nigga in for $50. So they probably will catch him soon if they ain't caught him already. Singletary was last seen with the gun and should be considered armed and dangerous. So his ass, they gonna be ready to gun his ass down if he don't turn himself in. Chief Stephen M. Zeal of the Gaston Police Department said in a news release that his agency has partnered with the U.S. Marshals Regional Fugitive Task Force to assist in the search for Singleton. Yeah, it won't be long. They'll catch his ass. I want to say to the people of Gaston County, this sort of violence will not stand. Of course, they all say that. 2 of the victims have been identified as William White, a 6-year-old girl, and his 6-year-old daughter, who spoke to CBS News. The bullet came back, and the back went in my cheek. I don't know what the hell that means, said the girl whose name is being withheld for her safety. I want him to go to jail forever, she said. A neighbor who witnessed the shooting said it was shocking. They were playing basketball and the ball rolled into his yard and they went to go get it. Jonathan Robertson told him it was just crazy. Yeah, that shit is crazy. This shooting is the latest involvement violent consequences after ordinary mistakes, reigniting debates about stand your ground laws. And they talking about that. Yep, you got the white man claimed self-defense after he shot the black teenager this week when he rang the doorbell in Kansas City. I knew they was going to say that. And a 20-year-old woman looking for a friend's house in upstate New York was fatally shot by a homeowner when she went into the wrong address. Hey, these people out their goddamn minds, man. Then there was another shooting yesterday, too. I don't know what was up with that. Because people don't be paying no attention, man. They be on the fucking phone and not paying attention. some chick done got into the wrong car. And that can happen too, because that happened to me one night. You know, I had to yell at a dude, like, man, what the fuck is you doing? He think, you know, he was actually thinking that he was at the car that he got out of. I guess he had been drinking and stuff. So I was sitting there getting ready to take off. He came out of the store, and you know, he pulling on my door handle and shit. And I'm like, hey, and then he was like, oh shit, my bad, man, I have the wrong car, my bad, you know. So people don't really be paying attention like that. Now, it's best to be on alert, but at the same time too, you have to use that temperance, man. Everything can't just be, I'm gonna pull my gun. Now, I seen that 84-year-old man that shot the so-called black young man or whatever. You know, he just looked like he's just fucking out of it anyway. That motherfucker looked like he should be in hospice and need to be, need to be phone spit and somebody wiping his mouth with a napkin after each swallow or some shit. But, you know, hey, he probably shook, man, scared as hell, you know. Because he's, you know, hey, a lot of these older so-called white people, they be scared anyway. But when it comes to Jake, the so-called blacks, deep down, man, look, this man is old enough to have been around when hangings was still in play. And he probably played some real treacherous parts and doing some Jake wrong, man, when he was younger. Because you got to think about it. When he was 15 years old, that would have been 75 years ago or 70 years or so ago. So 70 years ago, that was a time period when so-called white people, man, they ain't treating niggas right now. So he probably looking like, oh, it's coming back to haunt me. That's him. Who knows, though, man. But anyway, let me just grab this quick scripture right here, because this is pretty much about where we're at. See, we're in the last days. The things that were being spoken of that will be happening in the last days, these things are happening. From wars, rumors of wars, the pestilence, the famines, the earthquakes in diverse places. All those things are happening. But this right here is the scripture that I wanted to get. Matthew 24:12, and it reads, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And the NLT over here says, sin will be so rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. See? And that's true. Sin is real rampant in the world. It's very rampant in the world, man. Everybody just out here just getting their kicks in, man, just being entertained, and the nasty of nasties are going on. Everything is on World Star Hip Hop. And you, Jake, y'all better wake y'all asses up, because that so-called white man, he'll throw your ass on TMZ like it's nothing. Y'all make up the bulk of TMZ, the bulk of your Maury's and your Jerry Springers, your fucking court TV, your paternity courts. Y'all make up the bulk of that shit, man. And that so-called white man don't mind putting you out here as being a damn savage to keep them from looking like the savage that they are. Because they're starting to be revealed real tough these days, man. They're starting to be revealed real tough. When I first seen the shooting with this 6-year-old thing, I'm thinking like, damn, that's the so-called, you know, but that's some dumbass Jake shit. And they gonna catch him. And the last place you want to be, man, in these last days is in a damn jail cell, man. You're already imprisoned. Shit, you already in prison in the damn cities that you live in. You know what I'm saying? At least you can, shit, walk the yard, so to speak. Hell, you in a damn prison. Your ass just within, you know, a couple of, you know, walking a couple of feet in front of you, a couple of feet on the side of your ass with a fucked up bed, a damn cot. That's no place to be, man, when the Lord is about to bust through these skies, man. Last place I would want to be when the Lord's coming comes is in a damn jail cell with the, and especially with the MOTB coming. World War III on the brink, famines, pestilence, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, uproars of the people. You see what I'm saying? Why the hell would you want to be in this man's grasp like that? At least you be better off, man, able to live out of a backpack out here, no matter what the weather is like. Shit. You see? Nobody want to be in handcuffs, walk to, with damn chains on your fucking feet. You having to be chipped just to go to the cafeteria, to get your damn cafeteria food. They beeping your ass in and out your hour on the yard, you know what I'm saying? Shooting a round ball or something. Just nah, man. Hell nah, man. But hey, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man got something for you so-called you Negroes that's just out of hand. The Lord is going to do it to you. The scripture talks about 2/3 of our people going to be knocked off, man. You think, what can you do? What can you do with a nigga that'll shoot at people over a basketball rolling into his yard? Come on, man. This place is through. And Jake done been here too long. That right there is the example of us being in captivity to the so-called white man for too long, man. We just done turned into complete fucking savages, man. That's why we need the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that word that quickeneth and gives us life, man. That's what we need. That word is what we've always needed. That word is what was guaranteeing us to be on top at all times when it was first given to us. And then Jake want to get out here and fucking following behind these wicked ass nations of people. So now that you've been following them, this is the results that you get, man. And you so-called white people that's complaining about shit like that when it comes to Negroes, blame yourself for enslaving niggas, man. Don't get to talking to us like for real. Put some emphasis and blame on your damn self sometimes, man. So with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwam Shalom.